So Spongebob has a lot of episodes, and picking your favorite ones or even like making a list is really hard. And I thought I'd make it even harder today by picking the best Spongebob episode by each letter, like the letter that the episode starts with. Hey! Starting with A, this one was pretty obvious to me. I'm picking ARG. There's not a lot of good episodes starting with A. The only other episode that's good I can think of is Artist Unknown, and while that episode is really good, I think ARG is just great. It hits every spot for me to make it a great. It hits. Not going good today. It hits every spot for me to make it pretty much a perfect episode. For B, it's Band Geeks. Come on, we all saw this coming. I made a whole video on Band Geeks a while back, and it's in my top 5, I think. So yeah, easy choice. Big Pink Loser is really good. That would be my second pick, or I think Bubble Stand would be, and Big Pink Loser would be my third pick. There's a lot of good episodes that starts with B, to be honest. We got Boarding School as well. Now for C, most people would probably pick Chocolate with Nuts, and C just comes down to personal bias, as I just love Club Spongebob so much, way too much not to pick it. Both episodes are fantastic though, and then you got stuff like Culture Shock and Christmas Who both are up there as well. Can't really go wrong with C, but I'm picking Club Spongebob. D was obvious for me. I'm picking Dying for Pie. It's by far the best episode starting with D for me, but we got Doing Time as well, which is good, but Dying for Pie is just a legendary episode with an S-tier story. For E, there's actually not that many episodes starting with E. I'm picking Employee of the Month. It's not a weak episode or anything, it's a really good one, but there was just not a lot to choose from. For F, I was originally gonna pick Fun, but I like Frankendoodle a bit more. I think it comes down to the comedy, Fun is great, but Frankendoodle has so many classic and hilarious jokes. G, I instantly thought of Graveyard Shift when it came to G. There's no competition. This is easily one of my favorite episodes of all time. Easily. For H, maybe it's a heresy to not have Help Wanted here, but I like Home Sweet Pineapple more. It's one of the funniest Season 1 episodes, and even though there are some episodes to choose from Season 1 especially, I'm going with Home Sweet Pineapple. For I was gonna put Imitation Crabs, but then I remembered how good Idiot Box is, and yeah, that's my pick. I don't know, I feel like I might have trashed on this episode a bit in some video, but that was probably just me saying it's not a top 5 episode, but it's still a great one. Actually, I think I Had an Accident would be my runner-up. I like that one more than Imitation Crabs as well. For J, I'm having a really hard time choosing between Jellyfish Jam and Just One Bite. But Jellyfish Jam is just such a vibe that I take it over what is still a really great Season 3 episode. Then we got K, and I'm picking Crabborg. One of the funniest episodes of the whole show, really underrated. There are some episodes to choose from for K, and while Krusty Towers is also really funny, Crabborg has the advantage of having the pre-movie vibe and the excellent Season 3 animation, so it puts Crabborg ahead for me. Then we got L, and I'm picking Life of Crime. Another really underrated episode and one of my personal favorites of the whole show. I made a whole video on how this episode has the funniest scene of the whole show, so it was an easy pick. For M, I was mainly looking at the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episodes, and I could really pick any of them, but I'm gonna go with 3 since it's my personal favorite. It's the funniest of the saga to me, and I really like the setting. So many good episodes to choose from, starting with N. We got the New Student Starfish, Nasty Patty, No Weenies Allowed, but I gotta go with the Season 1 episode Naughty Nautical Neighbors because I just like it so much. It's one of the coziest episodes of the whole show, and it's hilarious. Perfectly showcases the dynamic between the Conch Street neighbors. For O, there's not as many choices here. I'm going with Opposite Day over One Crab's Trash, which was basically my 2 options, because I find the Opposite Day very, very charming. Both episodes are hilarious, but the atmosphere of Opposite Day gives it the lead for me. For P, Pizza Delivery, not a crazy pick here really. While I would like to shine some light on Patty Hype, which is really underrated, Pizza Delivery is pretty much perfect. One of the best Squidward and Spongebob stories, with a whole emotional journey and many good lines, and a good song as well. There are no episodes starting with Q, so next. For R, I'm going with Rock Bottom. Atmosphere, so good it carries the whole episode into S tier. Nah, I'm not gonna lie, the story is also amazing. I like Ripped Pants and Reef Blower too, but it's not even close. Rock Bottom is just amazing. Speaking about atmosphere, for S I'm going with SB129. It's multiple episodes in one, with each different time period having perfect atmosphere. This one is really close though, cause I love Shanghai and Survival of the Idiots as well, and Snowball Effect and Squilliam Returns as well. S is banger letter, which is only fitting since, SpongeBob. T is also a banger letter, mainly just because of the word the. We got the Fry Cook games, the Smoking Peanut, the camping episode, there's a lot to choose from, but I'm going with Tea at the Tree Dome, just because I think it's a perfect introductory episode to Sandy. It got great jokes, a great story, great vibes, and like I said, a great new character introduction. U, now we are kinda getting to the Ooga Booga letters, what else is there to choose than UG? It's a good episode, not gonna lie, but there's not a lot of competition. And then we got V, and I think Valentine's Day is legit the only episode starting with V, so even though it's one of my least favorite Season 1 episodes, I gotta pick it. Not it's bad, I just don't like it that much. W, got a couple good episodes. It's really between Welcome to the Chum Bucket and Wet Painters though, and Wet Painters is top 3 funniest episode of the whole show. So I'm gonna pick that, even though I think Welcome to the Chum Bucket is great, especially story-wise, but with the jokes as well. You just can't beat Wet Painters though, it's just comedy gold. No episode starting with X. There's a Patrick Star Show episode, but that don't count, so next letter. Not a lot to choose from for Y either. Thankfully there's at least one good episode starting with Y, and that's why I'm picking Your Shoes Untied. Great song number, really great, and a very solid Season 2 episode all around. The last letter is C, or no, Z. I don't know which one it's called. And this letter has no episodes either, so that's it. Let me know in the comments which letters I'm tripping on and what you would pick.